So general math students, in this video we're going to study arc length. So what is an arc? Well, an arc is a portion of the circumference of a circle. So for instance, here we have a semicircle, so we've got half of a full circle. We only want that bit there, we don't want the rest of the circle. Okay, and over here on the right we have a quarter of a circle. We don't want the full portion of the circle, we just want the circumference of, or the length of that curved arc there. So, to find the circumference of a circle, a full circle, we use 2 pi r. We could use pi d, but for the application here that we're going to be using this maths for later, 2 pi r is more appropriate. So, for this circle here, if we were going to find the full circumference of that circle, well, I suppose that we would do 2 by pi by the radius, which of course is half of this 12, so 6. That's the diameter of that circle given there, the full distance from one side to the other, but we just want to do the radius. Okay, now of course we don't want the full circle, so to get that portion, which is just the half of the circumference, well, you multiply it by half. And if we were to do that, that curved part here would be 18.8 centimeters. Now really similar over this side, for the full circle, 2 pi by 6, and instead of a half, this is a quarter of a circle, so we multiply by 1/4. So if we've got particular portions of a circle, we just multiply by the fraction of the circle that arc, or that fraction that the arc of the makes up of the circle. Okay, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you might have an angle traced out and you don't have exactly half a circle or a quarter or 3/4. So what do we do in that case? Well, to get the fraction of the circle that we're dealing with, we use theta on 360. So the angle at the center of the circle divided by the full angle of a full circle, 360. So it's fairly simple. For this circle here, this arc length is the red there. Okay, I'll do this in red. So this red bit here, okay, 2 pi by 3, the radius, multiplied by, okay, we've got 28 degrees out of 360. Alright, so if you put that into the calculator and see what you get, and you might want to pause and do that for practice, but we get 1.466 and some more, so we'd say 1.5 centimeters, rounding to 1 decimal place. Right, so you might want to pause the video now and try the other ones, then I'll have a go at them. Okay, so for this circle here, 2 pi by 8.4 and 162 on 360, which gives us, to 1 decimal place, 23.8 centimeters. Okay, now this last one here, 2 pi by 4.1 by, now, did you see the trick? Did you do 265 on 360? Because that's not right. We need this angle in here because this corresponds to that arc there. So we're actually going to use 95 degrees over here. Okay, so a bit of a tricky one there. That gives you 6.8 meters. Okay, so it's imperative that you learn these arc length calculations so that you can be successful with the earth geometry questions later on. So go ahead and look at the questions in the description for the video and try those.